strongly believe that it's important to get enough rest and exercise because I definitely feel more productive. So being back here at the Kamehameha schools and living here on campus, I am becoming very familiar with these wonderful hills that my football and basketball and track and field coaches used to make us run. And I've learned now with our technology that it's a 4-mile loop from my house to go all the way to the top of campus, all the way to main gate and back up. And I try to run that about 3 times a week at least. I feel more productive. I feel like I can accomplish more physically. I think my brain is sharper. I think I can think more clearly when I do get my exercise in. And when I don't, I honestly feel more lethargic. I don't think as clearly and I'm less productive. And so for me, I strongly believe that good exercise, good diet, and rest makes me a more productive person. And I'm sure my wife would say and my kids would say I'm a better husband and father also because I have more energy.
There was a point in time when I was affected dramatically by allergies, and it seems that those allergies were just getting worse and worse, and every little thing would set it off. It got to the point where I wouldn't be sleeping at night because I'd be sneezing, blowing my nose, and then therefore I'd be really exhausted the next day. And then probably what I would do is drink caffeinated tea or coffee just to be able to wake up to go about my day. And then I feel like I was like in this weird, tired, but hyped up zone trying to teach clients. So I felt a little bit ungrounded or unsettled. And so it then got to the point where I was so exhausted I'd have to cancel days of work and just couldn't function. Once I got my allergies under control, I could see I had the energy to teach and teach effectively and to not have to cancel any days of work. And so that's to me a really clear picture of how your health can affect your productivity and your just day-to-day work day.
You want to be in shape. When you're training people, you have to portray an image of fitness. So that's part of our job, is keeping our bodies in shape, keeping our health to its highest peak as much as possible, and basically just living the healthy lifestyle. I definitely think that if you're in this field, if you're in the fitness field, you should practice what you preach. So everyone here, all of our trainers here, all the trainers here, everybody here basically lives this lifestyle. So I definitely think it's an important thing to practice.
My health and well-being affects my work day because I'm a stay-at-home mom. And if I'm tired and I'm not able to get through my day, then neither are my kids. So it's very important for me to be able to stay well and healthy so that I can get my kids where they need to go and get everybody in the house doing what they need to do.
Keep doing it, because when you get old, you're gonna need to be in shape, or you lose things fast.
Okay.
Running is very therapeutic for me. Like when I get out there and I run, you know, my mind spins so much with the kind of work I do for the state and, you know, what I want to do this coming year. I really have to be mentally strong, and a lot of life is having mental strength to get the things done that you need to. So that's my message for you, is like with running, staying healthy, you know, if you mentally can't have discipline, then physically, emotionally, academically, in your career, you won't be able to do it. It all starts from up here. I mean, it all starts with first believing you can. Believe that you can get healthy. Believe that you can lose the weight. Believe that you can run a marathon. It all starts with just the belief. Then from there, you have to actually execute it. So running for me is something that I do to, you know, test my mental strength and keep myself mentally healthy as well as physically healthy. So
the other thing I would tell myself is to have margins in your life. Kamehameha kids, you guys are very talented, loves to be involved in many things, and I notice a lot of you folks don't have oftentimes margins. When you look at a a page in a book, you'll always see margins around the words. And that's so that you can read it comfortably. And even in your life, you have to have that cushion there. You have to have margins. Because when things out of the ordinary happens, or even tragedy or hard things happen, to be able to handle it, you got to have those cushions, those margins in your life. So
I would say I'd probably focus on working out a little bit more, because I feel like if you create those habits early, that later on they'll stick. And I was not necessarily the most active person in PE at school, so I would go back in a time machine and tell myself to pay attention a lot more in PE class.
So surround yourself with, good friends. Think about healthy choices, whether it's sports, daily activities, or nutrition. Make good choices in life and have fun. Have fun with it. Health is not just diet and starve yourself.
Yep.
We don't do that. We eat often every day.
Travel and see the world, as much of it as you can. Because when you see the world, you realize it's bigger than us. And I think that's an important thing to remember. We get so fixated sometimes on me, I, what I have to do, and just kind of get pretty self-centered, which, there is something to that. We do need to take care of ourselves, so there's that. But I think sometimes when we're just so stuck in our own world, it seems so dramatic, and everything little that maybe comes our way, like your phone breaking, or getting a bad grade, or the boy that you like not liking you, or someone said something about you, becomes so dramatic. I found that when I traveled and when I was able to see the bigger picture of this world and my role in it, it brought me to a much more humble and balanced place, less self-centered, and through that I felt like I was a little bit more resilient.
I want to give my 17 or 18-year-old self the advice of watch it on the grinds. Because as a boarder from Kamehameha from 7th grade, I know how amazing Kamehameha's food is. Everything from breakfast, chocolate milk dispenser, to the glazed donuts, to, warrior plate lunch on certain days, and then just having white rice and bread options all the time. We used to grind. But the thing was, we also used to work out a lot. Kamehameha had a lot of athletics, mandatory PE, biathlons, triathlons, all of that good stuff that I missed so much. So it kind of balanced it out. The advice I would give my 17, 18-year-old self is make better eating habits, because it took me a long time to wean myself off of grinding white rice for every single meal of the day. And I would have preferred to maybe get addicted to the salad bar and have a fondness for cucumbers rather than glazed donuts. So despite the amazing food that you have at Kamehameha, I would say try to train yourself with some good eating habits so that you have a better time as your metabolism slows down later in your life when you get old like me.
I guess if you consider running in an international pageant in front of 1.2 billion people an incentive to look good in a bikini, that would probably be your aha moment. So I started working out pretty heavily, getting ready for the Miss USA pageant as Miss Hawaii USA, and just sort of took it from there.
As freshmen, when I was going to Kamehameha, we had to run the 9 miles. Sophomore year, I did the biathlon. Junior, senior year, we had to do 6-mile events. And then at college, I don't know if I was very active. I don't think I was unhealthy, but I definitely didn't exercise as much as I should have. And then I got back to Hawaii. I had 2 children, and I gained a whole lot of weight. I was about 180 maybe in high school, and then I went up to 260, I think was the biggest I was. So after I had my second baby, I decided I was going to change my eating habits and get back down to my high school weight. So in 2011, when I graduated with my master's degree from University of Hawaii, I got down to 170, and that was okay. But when I looked up my body mass index, it said that for my height, weight, and age that I should be around 143. I was like, what? does it factor in that I'm Samoan, Hawaiian? And so I thought, well, you know, I could probably get down. I ended up starting to count calories, starting to learn what foods were good for my body.
When I was in 7th grade, I was this little chubby kid, and I joined cross country because I didn't want to be chubby anymore. And every time I came in last place, it was another aha moment to try and get faster.
My health and lifestyle has changed a lot since my time up at Kapālama Heights. I'm 46 now, and so, you know, things slow down. You get a little bit creaky. You can't aiha'a as low when you're dancing hula. But I think as long as you stay active and you keep your mind active, age is just a number.
It's harder, way harder, because I'm old, my body's tired, and I have to really work hard to make myself motivated to exercise. But you feel good after.
I feel that as I age, I start eating healthier foods, and I try to eat more organic and food that I farm.
And so I was a 3-sport athlete here at Kamehameha Schools. I went on to play football at the collegiate level. And so being physically active and physically fit has been a part of my whole life. And I was probably in the best shape of my life as a collegiate athlete playing football. Now that I'm in my 40s, there are things that happen on the basketball court that I think 15 years ago, now I'm having to say 20 years ago, I would have stole that pass, or I would have, you know, done something on the court. But man, as you age, it just catches up with you. You can't do the things you used to do when you were younger, right? And so that's a bummer, right? To know that your body slows down and you can't perform on the basketball court or in other physical spaces. I've also noticed that food sticks to me. I used to be able to eat anything I wanted and however much I wanted, and it would never affect me and never stick to me. And now I'm learning that I have to cut back. I can't eat all the rice that I want to, and I can't just pig out because the food is starting to stick to me. You cannot out-exercise the amount you eat. I know there's a better way of saying that, but basically, you gotta exercise, but even all the exercise in the world will not overcome bad eating habits. And so it's important that you balance the two, and the older you get, the more you'll have to pay attention to what you eat, and the more you have to be focused on or purposeful in getting exercise in.
I used to, at recess time, always play basketball with the kids. Because of my back thing, I can't do that anymore. So my exercise is maybe a little bit longer than before, but less strenuous.
Sometimes I trick myself. Like if I don't teach the first class, I'll just show up in my work clothes and I haven't showered, and then I have to work out. I also have an app on my phone called Habit List, and it has a daily checklist. And then sometimes it's just willpower. So if you combine those things of tricking yourself, willpower, and trying to stay organized, I think then that's how you can get consistent. Also, I try to eliminate all excuses. So I'm a member of 24-Hour Fitness. I have the gym here at Kamehameha. I can run with almost no equipment. If you just make it so that it's as easy as possible.
The way that I stay motivated is by having my clients, seeing the results that they're getting, pushing them it helps motivate me to keep me going. Because I see people come in here, a lot of people have health issues, they are overweight, and I get them to lose the weight. They feel better when they're done, and that actually inspires me. That does. So that's something that keeps me going, since I'm not competing as much anymore. I look at them and I look at other people in the gym, in the fitness field, and those are the type of things that inspire me, seeing people training, seeing people getting results.
I really like stories, like all the mo'olelo and ka'ao of Hawaii. So I'm really fascinated by this one guy named Kekuhaupi'o, who is 5'8", which is how tall I am, and I compare nothing to him.
All right.
He's my goal.
I would guess that I'd stay motivated because of this person right here. Say hi. This is Bailey. And she keeps me pretty active. And I have to feed her several times a day. So there's some nutrition in that. And, you know, you want to be around for your kids when they get older. So you want to make sure you take care of yourself, right? And that you exercise and you eat your veggies.
I don't like veggies.
She doesn't like veggies, but I like veggies, so one day she'll like veggies. And then we run around at the park.
Yeah, because parks are a playground.
Parks are playgrounds. Remember that.
Yeah.
I think what really motivates me are my students. They're so full of energy. Like the ever ready bunny, like they never run out of energy. So I got to keep up with them. No matter what year, I'm always teaching the same grade. I'm always teaching 9 to 12 year olds. So I never grow up either. I'm always around 9 to 12 year olds, you know, all the time. And so they may grow up and become junior seniors or, you know, get married and have kids. And I still teaching 9 to 12 year olds. I think like 9 to 12 year olds. So I think they motivate me and keep me young. My family is my motivation. God is my motivation. So yeah, there's many things in my life that motivate me. The kids are the best. Kamehameha kids are the best, and so they're what keeps me going.